Thanks for coming to Garage.0, watch my videos where I build stuff and do stuff. Enjoy. It's a little warm now, but I'm working on all the wiring for the Jeep, for the bed of the Jeep, whatever. So come on, I'll show you what I've been doing to the Jeep. So I found a place to mount these. One's going to be for the aux beam, which is over there. Put a 60 amp on there. DC to DC in bed, so that's going to go to the back. These are all just power wires right now. I got to still run everything to the back. And this is going to be for an air compressor. I just wanted to get one in there. So that's what those four are for. Those three. And then on this side, I've got the aux beam to run some lights. I don't got much ran yet. The only thing I put on here is these right now. I got two more coming. Got some bumper lights coming. We'll work on them in a little bit. And I also got, which I should have took a video of it before I put it on. What made me think about putting this stuff here is there's a laser fit, which is this what all these wires are for. It's called a laser fit switch panel because mine didn't come with the switches. So let me take you inside. So this is the laser fit. So what I have is I have a power wire coming from outside to a switch. Let me see if I can get you over there. To a switch right here. And then that powers up these, which that one powers up the aux beam controller. This one and this one do nothing right now. And this one powers up my 12 volts. Mainly so I can leave it on if I want to charge something. But I did this so you can just hit this switch over here and then everything goes off. So the trigger wire comes in and I cut the laser fit thing. The laser fit thing comes with a kit, so it just plugs in your back of your cigarette lighter. So it comes on and off with the Jeep as you get in and turn the key on and off. And I didn't want that. So what I did is I cut that wire and I just fed it with the power. That way it comes on and off with that switch on the side. So if I get out and I'm done for the day, I hit that switch. It's going to turn everything off from the front of the vehicle. Now, to do the back, since I have the alu-cab topper, I'm going to put all my stuff right there. And that's what all this is. So this is going to be an aux beam controller for back here. I got a different one. They started making one that mounts flat like that, so you can just come in and out, in with everything. So you come in with the positive and the negative on this. And this is just going to be for the fridge, plugs, stuff like that. I'm going to have an inverter one. This does both of these because there's really not much running off of it. This is going to have stuff like the left and right and rear lights. I'm calling them show lights, little stupid lights that go inside the pillar lights. Can't remember what else. Water pump. The refrigerator is going to be on actually this, so I can turn it on and off from that. That way I can just shut it down. The 30 amp DC to DC Renogy thing. Solar charger too. Those solar chargers are going to come out. That way I can disconnect solar if I want. And that might be changed out to a relay eventually. The hub, so I can connect this all to the core one. And then a negative, mainly so I can get all these negatives into one. So this negative comes down in here. This one goes over to here. I got these tied together because it's fused by a 60 and that'll be good enough for that. So we'll get all that done. We'll see how this works. I will show you as I progress. So here's as far as I got so far. Haven't been working on it tons, but I'm going to be working on it more and more to get this thing done. I have the power ran to here for the DC to DC charger, and then I went to this fuse. There's this relay, and then farthest back fuse in these little group of 3 or 4. And then that's the trigger wire that runs back underneath, down inside the fender. And I stayed to this side, to the outside of it, because the cat's right there. I wanted to make sure it wasn't getting hot. Up on between the frame and the body, there is another wire loom, and it comes down into here. See if we can get you to see that. Oh yeah, comes into there, and then hits this DC to start battery. So that goes up front. This one's DC to house battery. That way I can turn them off. This one's for these once again, and then I got one for the inverter. And then I got my trigger wire that runs up and hits over there. Hits over there for the trigger wire to turn that on and off, since it's a smart alternator. So I'm gonna end up running a piece of conduit right along here, right along there, to the inverter, and I'm pretty sure that's where the inverter is going to go. So this is going to come off of here, and the inverter is going to sit right there. I just need to get, I'm going to put something between there so it doesn't scratch it too bad. And then these are on the back of the inverter. I'm going to smash them, and I'm going to, I think 2 of these holes kind of line up, and I'm going to let it cantilever over, and then I can mount it. Let me see if I can get that done, and I'll show you. Alright, so I just ended up taking the brackets off that came with this. They ran down this way, and I flipped them over and flattened them out with a piece of metal, and I'll show you how I mount it here in a minute.
Oh, I done stole it.
Alright, I got everything ran to the back. Got my inverter one in. It's charging off the truck. I still don't have any kind of solar yet, so I got a temporary, so I can put a temporary solar panel, 100-watt solar panel, 100-watt solar panel. And then I got my conduit ran here, and then I got another little piece of conduit ran there. Put a little plug right here just to have a plug, so I can possibly set something up here and charge it. And then I put my inverter, and I cut a bike tube, that way it doesn't have some kind of insulation between there and there. And then I did it on top also. So there's my inverter. I can turn it on nice and easy. The only thing I don't like about this inverter, it doesn't have a gauge on it, tell you how many amps you're drawing, only because I like to see that. So I'll just use this. Got my Renogy Core 1 mounted. I can see how long till it's fully charged. Got my DC to DC. I see that's not doing anything right now. Battery. So on the DC to DC, I don't know why, but I just wanted to know it. So the aux battery temp I have ran up inside that little piece of plastic right now. And all those will get cleaned up a little more. I'm just not completely done with that. So I still got to do lights in the back of here. I just got the fridge temporary powered. I got tired of carrying the jackery. And I will show you the water, how I did my water. So if you watch any of my previous videos, I had a 21-gallon water tank in my truck. So I wasn't going to buy another one, and this fit just perfect here with this and the battery over there. I built a little cage around it because this thing, and I got 2 little pieces in the middle, this thing bulged out when you filled it up, and I couldn't think of another way to mount it, so I did that. And then there was holes already, or threaded holes already in the bed, so I just used some little clevises. I mounted the pump down there. Let's see if I can get you down there. I mounted the pump down there. There, that might be better for you. I mounted the pump down there. I got all my water lines. Right now it's just a temporary water line that just hooks up to it. I put a cap on it. I ran my vent. So back there is a vent, goes up and comes out right there, so I know when the tank's full. Plus, if I'm at any kind of angle, it won't spurt out there because it gotta be a big angle. And the way I did my fill is this is 1.5 inches, so I went and got some PVC and I turn this on and off. That way, if there's anything, that way this is not holding all the water back from the tank. This is mainly just keep the hose water from coming out. And then down there, it goes up into some flexible lines so I can get to the pump. And then it comes out. And it comes out right there. Right by the tire. Right there by the tire. That way I can drain it. So I just drain it and then I turn it back on. Hopefully I never break that off. We'll see what happens. And I did this. Take you to the other side, and I just did kind of the same thing on the other side. This is where the battery fit in between the wheel well, so these worked out perfectly. So every once in a while, just make sure these are tight. But them front runner boxes come out, and I can get to everything. I think this is all for this video. When I start running electric and stuff in the back, I'll get more in depth on what I did in there. I'm still kind of deciding what to do, how to organize the whole back of this thing. I kind of want to bring both of these, but at the same time, I don't know where to put everything. I got a lot less room than I did in the F-150. Thanks for following along on these. There'll be more videos as I continue to build. You guys have a good night. See ya.